Up next during Spooky Month is... oh crap, what's the title? Berry's Day Out? No. Ooh, The Naked Berry. No. Oh, haha, right. Fried Berry. This is 2020's Fried Berry. After a ratings reminder...
this film has been classified 18, which means it's for adults only and no one else.
We find ourselves hurtling towards Earth, specifically South Africa, and more specifically towards Barry. He's a fan of drugs, but not so much of his kid or wife, who calls it like she sees it.
You don't feed him, you don't clothe him, you don't love me, nothing. He's a cockverskoring for a barman.
He finds his way to a bar where deeply philosophical questions are asked.
Think about it. Pinocchio. Gloves is the puppet. Little boy, no gloves anymore. Disney said it was because of the fingers. Too hard to draw. I get that. Totally. Mickey Mouse though. Okay? Gloves.
A combination of booze and heroin leads Barry to wander the streets after dark. And on this night of nights, he finds himself abducted by aliens who give him an experience you usually have to pay extra for, including the bits that may make the gents in the audience a bit uncomfortable. Upon returning to Earth, Barry is literally a changed man. The entirety of the human experience is foreign to him, and fate has deemed that he discover every facet of it within a matter of days. He visits a pub where the bartender lays out the hard truths of life.
You will never get that pussy.
Of course, these only apply to normal humans, and Barry is anything but normal. Shenanigans ensue when he leaves the bar just to be invited to a rave where he's given X. He adjusts to it like a champ and gets propositioned for sexy time from 3 separate people in a matter of hours. The last one ending up with the fastest pregnancy in the history of mankind. He walks around Cape Town and eventually finds himself back home. He ends up feeding his kid and taking up domestic life, even enjoying a cheese sample while shopping. Unfortunately, he's apparently lactose intolerant, and his lady rushes him to the hospital. Like a typical guy, he decides he doesn't need the hospital and takes off. At intermission, we get a boozy Barry commercial, and a hard snap back to reality where he's been kidnapped by a sadistic killer. Shit only gets wilder from here and needs to be experienced to be understood. If you're in for a strange Barry clone, a cardboard dimension, and mischief with a chainsaw, track this one down and give it a watch. 2020's Fried Berry is a South African horror comedy written and directed by Ryan Kruger, one of the minds behind 2024's update of Street Trash. It's a full-length update of the 2017 short of the same name. Both versions star Gary Green as the titular Barry. Previously, Green worked mostly as a stuntman and featured extra, but Kruger cast him because of his striking look and long-standing collaborative relationship. The character of Barry is quite a unique one, and I think Green had the flexible face and incredible energy needed to cover the demands of this role. He handles the nonverbal emoting required of the character with style. You can really tell Barry doesn't fit in this world despite looking the part of human. As a massive fan of 80s movies, Kruger paid homage through all kinds of notable references sprinkled throughout the film. As you would expect from a movie paying homage to the 80s, almost all of the special effects were practical and done while filming. In fact, they were done to such a high standard, Fried Berry won the Best Visual Effects prize at the African Movie Academy Awards, on top of nominations for Best Film, Director, Actor, Makeup, Editing, and First Time Director. You can really feel the low budget but high quality DNA in this one. It has the same feeling you would understandably get from 2024's Street Trash or Frank Henenlotter's Brain Damage. The environment plays a huge role in helping to understand Barry's world, showing you both the average day-to-day and the seedy underbelly of Cape Town. Like Evil Ed, this one caught me off guard on my first watch. Trailers and synopsises really don't prepare you for the wild ride you're about to embark on. In pre-production, Kruger focused on scene breakdowns instead of a traditionally fleshed out script. When it came time to film, the scenes were workshopped and dialogue was mostly improv on set. For me, this felt more like a loose series of scenes with a basic overarching idea of alien Barry experiencing Earth. And on my first view, this was a bit jarring. A lot of stuff just happens, and it is bombastic as hell, but there is a certain charm to that. From the lighting to locations and acting to camera angles, this film is visceral in a really enjoyable and interesting way. Of the movies I've reviewed for this spooky month, it's probably the most derisive in terms of recommendation. I really enjoyed it, but its randomness could easily be something that takes you out of the experience. After I watched it for the first time, I was left trying to figure out the director's intent, but follow-up viewings have shown that Kruger just wanted to create something unique. If you're game for something really outside the box, just a little horny and a bit grimy, give Fried Berry a chance. So what do you think? Suggestions for movies, trivial questions, comments, ratings, and a quality cheese tasting of my own would be appreciated. Thank you so very much for watching.